welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. It's Sunday, and I am making a weekly wrap-up video slash where have I been kind of thing. And, so now I officially have my master's. Woohoo! Actually, I guess you could say I do, but I don't have the diploma yet because they take forever to mail it to you. But things aside, I shook hands, I'm good. And because of that, things got like so crazy last weekend. I came home Saturday night after graduation, and I came back to where I live with my parents, and I was only here for the day because then I go back on Monday. So I was like, I am beat. I was done for the week. So I didn't end up filming, which was bad on my part, tisk. And so now I'm going to officially wrap you up from the art of racing in the rain, which I told you I was going to do, and didn't. So I'm gonna start with that one and work my way through. So the Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. I read this not like this week, but the week before, like 2 Sundays ago. And oh my god, this book made me cry, and I was like, I just lost my dog. This has a dog on the cover. It's about a dog. This is potentially the worst idea I think I've ever had to pick this book up now. And oh, look. Hi. Sorry about that. Why did you do that? Alright, now the sun is in my face. This is not, good. Alright, this is about a dog, and I'm going to be very vague with names and things, because you know me, I'm awful with names. And, oh, his name is Enzo. I read this 2 weeks ago. I don't remember character names to save my life. So Enzo is our dog. He is our main character, and he is living through life. And you know in the beginning, this isn't a spoiler, he's dying. It's within, the first chapter you learn he's dying. And he goes back, and he's reflecting on his life and about his family. And I just loved this book so much, and I believe I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads. The one thing I would say to warn people that they might not like it, they often talk a lot about racing cars and comparing it to that, obviously the art of racing in the rain. So they talk about sports of racing. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. They talk about Formula 1 and stuff like that. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you might be a little confused. So they compare racing to life a lot, and I'm a racing girl, so I absolutely loved this book. The next book I read, all of you must have well, not all of you, but most of you must have seen on my Friday reads. Oh, no, I was reading The Girl Who Played with Fire by Stieg Larsson, and I'm the worst YouTuber ever. It was during, what was that called? When you had to read as much as you could for the week. I read 160 pages of this, and that was it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to read on Sunday. No. I didn't finish. Stop! I didn't finish this book until Wednesday night of this week. Sorry, I'm a failure. But this book, I think I rated it 3 stars on Goodreads. I gave it kind of the benefit of the doubt. I really didn't like it. And I don't think there was anything wrong with the book per se. I just feel like I was not in the right mindset to be reading this book. This book is a very, dark book. If you read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, you know what I'm talking about. This book is dark. There's murder. They talk about, they talk about, human trafficking, basically, with these, sex trade things. And it's a very dark book, and I just feel like I wasn't in the mood to read this. Maybe at a different time I would really like this, but I just kind of was going through the motions of reading it, and I really didn't enjoy it. Then I picked up The Time Traveler's Wife, and it's funny because the week before that, I was debating. I was like, do I read this? Do I read this? Do I read this? Do I read this? And I decided to go with this. I should have went with this. I loved this book. I watched the movie about a year ago with my friends, and we were left so confused. We were like, what the heck just happened? Was there a point to this movie? I don't know. So I was like, I'm going to read this book, and I'm going to find out if I like the book better. And I'm going to eventually rewatch the movie because I loved this book. It wasn't confusing. I figured with the time travel and stuff, I was expecting scientific talk. And it really, I totally enjoyed this book. And it was funny because I knew towards the end what was going to happen because of the movie. So I was like, I don't want to read this part because I'm going to cry. And I did. I cried like a baby. But I really, really enjoyed this story. And I finished that yesterday. So yesterday was Saturday. And I started this book Saturday and I just finished it this afternoon. So I'm going to kind of consider this weekend news-ish too. And I finished Everneath by Brodi Ashton. And this is a book one in a trilogy. And I started this book and I really didn't understand it. And, they kind of assume you know what things are. You should know what a shade is and a tunnel. And, you should know what these things are that are basically her doom. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But this is about a girl named Nikki, and she has just spent 100 years down in Everneath, which is a place in the middle of hell and, heaven, basically. And they live on souls. And she decides to go back to Earth, and she can only be there for 6 months. So while she was spending hundreds of years down below, really only 6 months went by. So she goes up and she wants to really say goodbye to her friends. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars because I really did not like the beginning because I was confused. And the fact that the back says, oh, she goes back for Jack. She wants to reconnect with him before she has to go. The beginning, the first half of the book, she was, ignoring him. She would give him, hi. And that was it. And it was like, girl, you came back for him. Why aren't you talking to him? I was so mad. And I'm so rooting for Jack in this book. I'm not a fan of Cole. Cole is a jerk, and I really don't like him. But other than that, once I got, halfway, I started to really understand it more, and I started really enjoying this book because if you follow me on Goodreads, at the beginning I was like, I really don't know how I feel about this book. I really wasn't feeling it. But at the very end, I was like, give me book 2. I want book 2 right now, and I don't have book 2, so I'm going to have to find something else to read. But that's all I have right now to share with you, which this is getting to be a very long video, so if you're still sticking around, hey, I'm glad you're watching still. And if you're not, then obviously you don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to keep reading because it's only 2:45 in the afternoon. So I've got time plus Monday because it's Memorial Day weekend. So I get to read some more. And that's it for me. This weekend I plan, tomorrow I plan on, cranking videos out. I probably won't put them back to back, but I figured I would make some more so that way I don't leave you high and dry like I have the last 2 weeks. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.